we got it about, well, my husband and I both got ours about 5 o'clock at night. And so we both plugged them in right away, and it was charged by the time I went to bed. And I woke up the next morning, no back pain. Normally I toss and turn all night long. If I didn't move, my back would lock up. So I'm constantly moving all night long. And that next morning I woke up, no pain. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Hey, Christine, thanks for coming to hang out with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm excited to hear your story since you are one of our honored moderators for the Twine Zoom call. So thank you so much for helping out. Appreciate that.
Sure.
So can you start off by telling us a little bit about how you were feeling prior to coming to QHS?
I've always been a pretty healthy person. But I've had back issues since I was 20 years old. I worked in an institution, and it was a mentally handicapped institution, and there were lots of disabled people that were in wheelchairs and so on. And this was back in it was in the 60s, no, 70s, I think. But anyway, so I was having to lift patients all by myself, and I'm a small boned person. And so I really messed up my back bad. And so I've had back pain since I was in my 20s, and now I'm in my 70s. So, so it just gets worse as you get older. So,
Wow, you've had back pain for 50 years?
yep.
Wow.
Yeah. My orthopedic doctor way back then told me that I shouldn't lift anything over 5 pounds. Of course, that never stopped me. I've just been one that I'm a go-getter. If my husband's not around, I got to do it myself, so yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's awesome. Anything else besides your back that was bugging you?
Yeah, I've had I have bone on both of my knees. My right one was worse than my left, and a lot of, again, wear and tear over the years and stuff. And went to an orthopedic doctor, and he said, well, we could do surgery. I've had one surgery already. I don't want to have any more. They're not fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I decided, and that I wasn't going to do anything. I just put up with it and stuff, which is what I've done with my back too. So,
They do a
and
replacement or just like a cleanup or
or
your knee? Was it a replacement?
oh yeah, they wanted to do a knee replacement because it's bone on bone. So yeah, there's nothing left there. I mean, and the same with my back. I have degenerative disc disease. And back when I was in my 20s, they told me I was missing that 4 of my discs were completely crumbled. And so yeah, so I've been dealing with it, but
No, you've just been living in pain, chronic pain?
well, I did yoga for a while, and I think that helped. But then when COVID started, then I quit doing yoga, and even walking, my right knee would really bother me, and my back would hurt on certain days, and so on. And so I just decided to deal with it. I didn't really have any hope at that point. It was like, I don't want surgery. I don't trust I've worked in the medical field for 50 years, and I don't trust doctors.
Ah, is that a testament?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I've seen too much, I know too much about what's going on behind the scenes. So
Oh, wow. Were you working when COVID started?
yes, I was.
Oh,
I
wow.
worked for an internist for the last 16 years. So yeah, I was kind of his right-hand person. Oh,
Oh, wow. Well, I won't ask you to go into detail on about that.
I have lots of stories about
Oh,
him, I'll tell
I
you.
can only imagine. So then when did you get your device?
I got my device, it was a year ago. Well, no, it hasn't been a year yet. It was, I joined in April of last year, but didn't get my device until September. So yeah, we became a family group, and talked my son wasn't hard to talk into it. My husband will do anything I ask him to do, and but I knew that this was what I because I'd been studying med beds for years,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew that eventually they would come out, and I thought, well, I'm just going to wait for that, I'm just going to wait and see what happens if I live long enough. And then I just happened to be on Telegram, and somebody I don't know if it was somebody that had just heard about it or if they were a member or what, but they posted it on one of the forums that I was a member with, on Telegram, and I went, oh my gosh, there it is. There's what I've been waiting for. And I knew that God had brought me there. It's like this was there's no such thing as coincidences.
Yeah.
So so I right away I went to their site and I read everything and I thought, this is for me. So I joined up.
Wow. That just gave me shivers when you said that. Like you just knew. I mean, I just
Yeah,
knew also. So
yeah.
I love that. And so then you got your device in August or September. And then
September. Yeah.
how'd that go? What happened then?
Well, we got it about, well, both of my husband and I both got ours about 5 o'clock at night. And so we both plugged them in right away, and it was charged by the time I went to bed. And I woke up the next morning, no back pain. Normally I toss and turn all night long because the pain, if I didn't move, my back would lock up. So I'm constantly moving all night long. And that next morning I woke up, no pain. I'm like, oh my gosh, I mean, absolutely no pain. And I've been living with it for, all these years. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
And it's just continued to stay away.
Well, I have, if I do a lot, like I'm volunteering on Wednesdays at a neighborhood farm, they give away about 80% of their food. And so I've always been a person, I grew up on two farms. My aunt and uncle had one, and my grandparents had one. So I learned how to grow food, how to save food, all of that from an early age, which I'm teaching my granddaughters too. And so I volunteer there. And if I do too much, sometimes, if I work too many hours or I work more than one day a week, then my back will start acting up. Plus, I'm not drinking the water I should be drinking too. So I know I got mine right here. Um, but yeah, so I do that every Wednesday. And, for the most part, plus I'm walking 2 miles a day now. So I've got a neighbor that I walk with every day, and she and I were both the same age, and we're both trying to stay upright, So yeah, so we just walk for 2 miles, and that's my exercise for the day.
Good for you. I think it's awesome. They say that motion is lotion for the joints.
Yep,
That includes your back, your knees, everything,
exactly, exactly. Yeah,
So good for you.
yeah.
You have anything else to report that you've
Yeah,
noticed?
I have asthma, and that doesn't really bother me most of the time, except when I got COVID, and then I had my O2 was down to like 72%. So you know anything about what your oxygen
Yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be up in the 90s. But I didn't have the device then, so I'm sure if I had the device, I probably would have gotten over it a lot faster and easier than what I did. So I've had IBS my whole entire life since I was a little kid. That has gone away. I had one day where I can never say this word, where where it comes back. I would have trouble with it. I mean, I would get cramps in my stomach so bad and just be almost throwing up and stuff because the IBS was so bad. And I had one day where for about 24 hours, I had like, it felt like a stomach flu. The next day, all of the symptoms of IBS went away.
So it was like a
So yeah,
Herxheimer like event, and then boom,
exactly.
gone.
Yeah, yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah. I've had anxiety and depression all my life. That's all gone. I'm not worried about things. I just say it'll be fine, you know. And yeah, this whole time for the last probably a year, I've been feeling like this and stuff that I don't, I'm not freaked out about everything anymore.
Oh,
So yeah, yeah,
that improves life for sure, right?
yes,
Allows
it
you to live in the
does.
moment in peace energy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yep.
lovely. And then you
But
get to take, is there anything else?
no, that's it. That's like I
Okay.
said, I'm pretty healthy. I mean, you know, because I've always I watch my diet. I've always ate well. I started uh I went to took a class when I was pregnant with my daughter when I was 21 years old. And I've been eating healthy ever since. And you know, and I grow a lot of my own vegetables. I go to the farmer's market or whatever, you know.
Mhm.
And and so I've always, and I'm kind of a slender person. I mean, I weigh more now than I did when I was 16, but you know, I think we all do, you
Well,
know.
you don't look it like you're in your 70s. I
Oh,
mean,
thank you.
seriously, like when you said that, I was shocked.
Oh,
So, and
so maybe the device is helping me with that too, you know. You never
I'm
know.
hearing that. I'm
I
hearing
know
that.
Cynthia looks younger every time I see her, you know.
Yeah, she looks younger than her pictures and things that I've seen of her. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's awesome. Well,
yeah.
and now you get to take all of this and push it into a 30-year-old body. So all
I
your
know. I'm so excited about
knowledge,
that.
what excites
Yeah.
you about it?
Well, what excites me about it is that, you know, they always say if I only knew then what I know now, well, that's how I feel.
Good
I
point.
mean, I've gone through so many things in my life, and to know that I can go back in time is amazing.
Isn't it? No,
Um,
it's beautiful.
yeah. Uh, because you know, when you're my age, you realize how fast life goes by, you know, your children's lives, your grandchildren's lives, you know, it's, and you know, to think that I could get all those years back, or at least some of them anyway, you know, because when you're 30, I thought 30-year-olds when, well, when I was a little kid and my stepfather was 30 years old, I thought, man, he's ancient. And now I realize that a 30-year-old is only a baby, you know, really, at 73. And my 94-year-old friends tell me that I'm a baby, you know.
That's cool that you have 94-year-old friends.
Yeah, yeah. I had one lady, well, I called her my adopted mom, and she was on my plan, but she, she just gave up. She fell and broke her neck, and then she fell and broke her hip, and so she just kind of gave up, and they put her on hospice, and she was gone in a week. So, yeah.
Oh, so sad.
But she was on it. She was using the device faithfully and everything. She had macular degeneration, so she could only see shadows, and I really wanted to make, you know, have her have a better life and stuff. So but yeah, she's passed on now. So
Mm. Yeah, it's crazy. Like Alex just lost one of his really good friends, and he's like, I'm the Lone Ranger. I'm the last one standing, in his community. And it's like, we got to finish this so that we can, save the rest of the lives that we can save.
yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
what are you excited about doing for you? How is your life going to be amazing moving forward?
um I want to travel. I mean, I've been to Hawaii like 16 times, but I want to go to other countries too. I'd like to go to Ireland and Scotland because I have I've got, well, my great grandmother came over from Ireland. And so I thought that would really be cool to find out where, my family was from. And Irish people are funny. They know everybody, if you give them a name, they'll tell you where they're from, what area, and my grandmother's maiden name was Kelly. So that's about as Irish as you can get, you know. Yeah, my great grandmother's name was Shelley Kelly.
Oh, that's a great name.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I've been through Ellis Island, and when you see all those pictures and everything up on there, it just looks so cool to be able to, that my ancestors came through there and stuff. And my dad was born, or wasn't born. He was born in New York, and so was my mother. But anyway, my father's, his lineage was French and French and English, and I found out I have more English in me than French. So, so I would like to visit England too. But I've got a 10-year-old granddaughter that has traveled with me. So, do you remember what that movie was with what's Barbara Streisand, where she was a grandmother, or was it? No, it wasn't Barbara Streisand. I think she may have done but it was like, wasn't Hello Dolly, I don't think, but it was about a grandmother that takes her grandson and travels the world. Well, that's what I want to do with Sophia.
Oh, how cool. That sounds like a blast.
Yeah. So she's been to New York with me, and she's been to Hawaii with me. So she,
That's
she,
beautiful.
our last name starts with an R, and there's a castle by the same name in England. And she sent me a text, and she said, "Grandma, do we own it?" I said,
Oh,
"No, baby." No, baby, we don't own it. Just happens to have our last name.
oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute.
But that's my thing, is that, and her little sister didn't get to go with us on the trip because she's a wild woman, and I was afraid she wouldn't do well on a plane for 6 hours, going to Hawaii or going to New York. So I took Sophia, who is easy. I mean, she's such an easy traveler. I used to travel with her dad, but she is so much easier.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. What an awesome bonding experience for the two of you.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Cool
Yeah.
beans.
So that's what I want to do with my do-over. Plus, just I want to be able to fix up my house whenever the RV comes in and stuff. And I've got the smallest kitchen in the world. So I want to make the kitchen bigger.
Nice. Yeah, I've got tons of home repairs I want to do. I have to redo our pool. I'm just, yeah, but I have to wait just like you for all of that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
We
okay.
live,
It's coming.
yeah. Yeah. We live up in the mountains. So not many people have pools up here except the hotels. We live about 100 miles north of Phoenix. So
Oh,
Barbie is from that area, and so is Andrea.
oh,
I don't go to Phoenix, so too much traffic.
oh, yeah.
That's one thing that has happened to me as I've gotten older, is I can't stand driving in traffic anymore. And I'd like to get over that too, so I could start, driving in other cities and everything again. But I just get really scared when I'm on the freeway anymore.
Well, remember the vehicle that Dr. A has already created. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, it's in the documentary that Cynthia and I did, that like little 10-part series.
Oh, okay.
In the beginning.
What's funny is that I found all of those things in my junk today when I was looking for yours. So because they were talking the other day about the emails and things like that. And I'm thinking, I'm not getting any of that, And so I went to the junk today, and there it all was. So I have to watch everything now. So yeah.
Yeah, we need to have people whitelist our email addresses so that that they don't get missed on that. Because the newsletter has everything in it now. So we
Yeah.
don't have,
Yeah.
5 emails going out every day. It's just, one with all the highlights. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's good.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much, Christine, for coming and hanging out and sharing your vision. I'm so excited for you to be able to go and do this traveling all over Europe with your granddaughter
Yeah.
and having you back here for part 2 after the Q arc.
Oh, that'd be fun. Hopefully I'll look even younger then.
Oh, you will. About 40 years younger.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to that, you know.
Oh,
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.